Picture.
Thank you, Chair Coleman, and thank you to members of the parole board for your careful consideration of my petition for release. This opportunity was never expected, yet I'm humbled and thankful for this chance to sit before you. First, I would like to offer my heartfelt apology to Mr. Yazbek, an immigrant from Lebanon, who I understand ran a small business, landscaping. It was respected for providing jobs to the young people of his community. Mr. Yazbek, I can only presume, came to this country and started a business because he believed in the potential and possibility of the American dream. And because of cowardly actions, Mr. Yazbek was denied his dream and turned his American experience into a nightmare. And for that, I'm incredibly sorry. Until that fateful morning, Mr. Yazbek was a stranger to me. But instead of helping or warning Mr. Yazbek, when robbing him was suggested, I participated and fired that fatal shot. He was vulnerable, lured to a project hallway under false pretense, and taken advantage of. And I sincerely regret the choices I made that early morning, and I'm truly sorry. I apologize to Mr. Yazbek's family for robbing them of a son, a brother, and a cherished member of his family. I apologize for all the things he could have done or been that I'm responsible for taking away. For all the opportunities that were stolen from him and his family, I'm filled with grief. There's nothing I can do to return their beloved family member. I only have my sincere contrition and obligation to repair as much as possible any fractures my deplorable behavior has caused. I further apologize to the Faneuil housing community for betraying their sense of safety and security. When I first learned of Mr. Yazbek's lifeless body being discovered by a resident, I immediately realized the horror of that exposure. For that person, the Faneuil residents, and the larger Lebanese community, I could only imagine how terrifying the murder of Mr. Yazbek must have been. I am completely ashamed of the trauma my decision has caused. I also want to express how sorry I am to my co-defendant, Jason Robinson. Jason was unaware of the events to happen that night, and it was his friendship and his friendship alone, not any maliciousness, that dragged him into this horror. He has suffered 2.5 decades in prison for no other reason than he was my friend. I can't explain the depths of my sorrow for this. I'm the reason he lost his youth to incarceration, and for that, I'm sorry as well. To the first responders who arrived at the crime scene, I extend my apologies for the harm they experienced. My brother is a 20-plus year veteran in the Boston Fire Department, and after numerous conversations with him, I've came to understand the full ramifications of my crime, not just to the primary community affected, but the professionals involved too. They must live with the memory of that murder scene, and I'm sorry for that. Finally, I apologize to my family. My crimes brought incredible shame to a well-respected family entrenched in community and public service, especially my mother, the hardest working and most law-abiding person I've ever known. I'm sorry for the great pain and shame and disgrace my actions have caused them. I know I've disappointed her and let her down. Specifically, I need to apologize to my children, my 3 sons, and my wife, along with my mother, who've had to bear the tremendous burden of supporting me during my incarceration, along with the stigma that comes with loving an incarcerated person. I must say I also bear a special responsibility to my oldest son, Tanzerius Jr., who has suffered the most from my absence and bad choices. I'd like to thank my family, friends, and local community leaders who have showed up here today in support of my release at this parole hearing and have been showing up for me for the past 25 years in incredible ways. It's no small thing to say I wouldn't have survived this 25 years without their love and support. This last quarter century has been immersing myself in education, behavioral therapy, and restorative practices, atoning for my sins and working towards repairing harms to violated communities, particularly ones I'm responsible for or have affected. I've done everything I can to become the kind of person who helps and doesn't hurt others. The man I am today would never have committed this crime. Often I think about what was taken from Mr. Yazbek and his family. I know no matter what I do or all I accomplish, the pain, loss, and heartache caused will never be undone. But I can assure you I will never hurt anyone ever again. Every day I work to fulfill my obligation to Mr. Yazbek, to his family, and to both of our communities. For the crimes I've committed, I'm truly sorry. Thank you.